how I would go about creating a portrait from a reference. Part 4. Okay, for this part, I decided to mess around with my shapes a little bit more and bring up the colors. So the saturation on the orange on the cheek, on the neck, and underneath the hair on the opposite side of the body. I felt like the saturation and luminosity was lacking. So in this case, I just kind of brought them up a little bit to just play around with the colors and shapes, etc. You will see here that I'm kind of trying to make all the planes of the face accommodate to a triangular shape. And then I'll go back at a later date or a later point in this painting and I'll kind of smooth them out so you can't tell they're as obvious as they are currently. So I'm plotting in some shadow shapes, some light shapes, and still trying to keep the forms reading as I set them out in the last episode. However, then I go forward on into fixing the mouth and the proportional errors in the nose, as I mentioned in part 1. So for this piece, I'm just kind of trying to mess with the stylization and the shape language. This means creating interesting light shapes and shadow shapes. Like and follow for part 5.